AFC champion Seattle Seahawks, Santa the captains of the AFC champion England Patriots, Marcus Jones, William Stewart, and Christian Gonzalez. Our honorary captains for Super Bowl 60, three remarkable young leaders and football players from the Bay Area, representing fast, dominant, representing Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Sterling, and representing the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Yesenia. Joining them are three Pro Football Hall of Famers and Super Bowl MVP. He was the MVP of Super Bowl 10 from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Lynn Swab. Super Bowl 41 MVP and Super Bowl 50 champion played right here in the Bay Area. And three-time Super Bowl MVP from the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Montana. For this historic coin toss, the NFL is honored to use the Libertas Americana Medal, a treasure of our nation's founding, designed by Benjamin Franklin, commemorating 1776. Following today's ceremony, this historic coin will take its place in the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. And now, please welcome game referee Sean Smith.
Congratulations, gentlemen, on winning your conference championship, and welcome to Super Bowl 60. I'm Sean Smith, and I'll be your referee today. With Seattle being a visiting team, who will make the call? In my hand is the commemorative coin, the Lady of Liberty representing heads, and this side is tails. Bill Montana, would you please do the honors and toss them a coin once we get the choice? What is your choice? Tails is your choice. Tail, please. Heads. The only one for the toss and let you consider the choice for the second half. Switches, Dylan. Seattle will receive the ball. And this team is good. You love Dylan.
All right, the wait is over. Who's now awaits? Super Bowl 60 kicks off next on NBC.
Tonight's kickoff show is presented by YouTube TV. Try it free and cancel anytime.
We're interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Do you think there could be others? Keep my word to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
You can do this, push my own baby.
There will be no other day like tomorrow.
All right, we've got ourselves a
Super Bowl rematch. We're talking Seahawks versus the Patriots. Now, Seattle has got an elite defense, right? Allowing the fewest points per game in the league. Meanwhile, New England, they boast a versatile offense that's capable of scoring through the air and on the ground. That is a recipe for some great football. Now, don't forget to check out all the live betting markets and DraftKings Sportsbook once the game begins. New customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the app and use the promo code when you sign up.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just me? It's just a bit.
That's very kind of you. That is what I strive for.
Enter Fish, the double clutch. She sticks the hundreds miles across the board from the judges.
Yeah, no.
Don't settle for that. Try YouTube TV for free and see why it's rated the #1 live TV service. NBC Sports welcomes you to the following special presentation of the National Football League, Super Bowl 60.
67 degrees, beautiful Bay Area Sunday. Super Bowl in the Bay Area for the third time. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 49, won late famously by the Patriots in Arizona. Great traditions of each team. One to this neutral site for the Super Bowl, the Stars flag, raised by Hall of Fame great receiver Steve Largent. Delivering a ring the bell before the game, that is the Super Bowl II. The Stars Super Bowl 49, the key interception. Malcolm Butler doing the honor. Just in case you need a reminder, Seattle, about the last time. Cleveland picks up the rookie Andy Borregales and sends it away. Dynamic returner for Seattle. Shaheen, run by Taylor Joe. Shaheen took that. The first play of the playoffs for the Seahawks. Will kick return touchdown in the divisional game. 60 minutes to crown the 60th Super Bowl champ. Up we go. Good field position to the 35-yard line. That's where Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense will take over. 1 year break today. Super Bowl Sunday. Sam Darnold had no idea he'd be a Seattle Seahawks. He come off a 14-win season with Minnesota. And into free agency, Geno Smith was the Seahawks quarterback. Seattle and Geno couldn't get a deal done. Into the free agency market, they found Sam Darnold. Here he is, start the Super Bowl. And a block of the running back. If he finished from the 35. And up goes the start a Super Bowl. Number 3 overall, plus 3 years there, traded. They started the journey with the 4 other teams, ended up with the 14-win season in the Minnesota last year. Jennifer Walker, do try the right side this time. Williams springs him out. No game, maybe they lost a half a yard. Ronnie survived over there for the Patriots on the stop.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about what's going to happen in this game with Jackson Smith and Ziegler, Cooper Kupp, all the receivers, a big part of it. But what New England's defense is focused in on is Kenneth Walker. The one thing that they believe is they're not winning this game unless they can stop the running game of the Seahawks.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold.
And Marcus Jones, I think he completely missed it.
Taylor gets it to Tempo, jumps the ball, fakes the
One of the things you'll see whether or not that was there, well done on the part of Seattle.
And we're looking at tough catch. The ball was moving, and he maintained control. Again, clear and obvious would be the only reason replay assistant jumped in. Otherwise, you've got a challenge. They did not. Well, Terry McCauley, our three-time Super Bowl referee with us throughout the game, we need anything clarified. Terry said that should have been a catch. 2nd and 10. Walker to the right. Couple of yards. We got the 15-yard line. We'll get to 3rd and 8. Walker's been terrific in these playoffs. 38 rushes, 178 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Now it's 3rd down.
And the New England Patriots love to play man coverage. One of the interesting tests here is whether or not they're going to be willing to play man coverage in tight situations against these 3 wide receivers.
After Walker 3 times over, he comes out George Mullins, the 3rd down back. Offensive player of the year, Stephen Jigba, top of the screen in the slot. 37 pass, brings and pressure. Intended for a shoot, Shaheed. Carlton Davis had the coverage. His field goal attempt of the game.
I mean, we are seeing the New England Patriots secondary. Watch them jumping routes in here. The passes that were completed down the field were so close to being picked, and it looks like the Patriots have come out here and decided, look, we're going to take our shots. We're going to go try and get the football away from Sam Darnold. They have been very aggressive so far.
Jason Myers, 11-year veteran. Good season. Kicking from 33 yards.
So you guys are just like so fun, right?
We barely cover folks by the tide.
Why barely?
They get what you pay for.
Our bike conference leaves out a lot.
I don't have a bike.
Can we just get some momentum on the song?
Oh, I'm going.
This time we see you all on the fly. We will make things right. Cause finding our time is tough.
Can't I just do it now and call an agent?
No,
Should have on that State Farm.
Need a lift?
Yep.
Stop living on a prayer. You get State Farm.
So you're not going to State Farm?
Correct. Not at all. Nobody gets the thrill of being live more than us.
So DraftKings trusted us to do this ad live from the Super Bowl in Santa Clara.
Tonight, live bet the game on DraftKings and score your share of $5 million in prizes. There's so many live options to bet on, like
Seattle or New England, next TV. So bet on all the twists and turns, because when you're live, anything can happen.
addition.
A lot.
Alright, Jody, this is where the dream begins. Hey, Caps, remember me?
My younger self?
Yep, I'm the you who never gave up.
We got this.
It's me, Christmas, guys. We do sooner than we ever thought we could.
Super Bowl 60 on NBC is brought to you by Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol, just 29 calories. By DraftKings Sportsbook. Live all day long. By State Farm. Stop living on a prayer. Get State Farm. And by Claude. Keep thinking.
Some of the faces, also the hometowns for these players in this Super Bowl. We met from North Carolina. In year two, about to step on the Super Bowl field for the first time. Drake May, who led the Patriots that 14-win season to the number 2 seed. The playing field now covered in shadows at 3:48 Pacific time. So Myers, who had a great season, has the most points of anyone in the NFL. He'll be kicking it away. Look at Breeze behind his back. A Breeze that has picked up. In the last half hour or so, Kyle Williams is the man the Patriots would love to see return it. It will be Dearest Johnson taking it back to the goal line. Johnson tackle around the 28-yard line. Both teams very good on special teams. Patrick O'Connell with the tackle there. And here comes Drake May against this Seattle defense. Generation of New Englanders. It has been Tom Brady as the quarterback leading out. And the cheers were somewhat for May, but in part, it feels like a partisan Seattle crowd making noise with the Seahawks on defense. Into 28-yard line, Ramondre Stevens. Inside, and Stevenson takes it to the 34-yard line. So Point Carolina, Drake May plays college football in Chapel Hill. Number 3 overall pick by the Patriots, and really blossomed here in year 2 as the runner-up to Matthew Stafford for league MVP. Very tight vote as well. Second youngest ever Super Bowl starter. Yeah, Dan Marino, and he started Super Bowl 19 out here in the Bay Area. That's Ramondre opening it outside. First down, back out of Oklahoma. His tackles heading up 3rd and 1 for this New England offense. And Stevenson, Chris, has become the guy in the backfield in these playoffs.
Yeah, he's the trusted guy. He's the one that they believe knows how to do the blitz pickup. He's a good receiver coming out of the backfield. But I do think we're going to see a little bit of Travion Henderson in this one and some of his explosiveness.
It's officially 3rd recovery. Really a yard and a half.
Always have to keep your eye on play.
Stevenson. Julian Love couldn't make the play. First down, New England.
You're going to see the protection a little bit shaky on the part of Will Campbell there, but that is Stevenson making the catch. He used to be a wideout back in his days when he was playing in high school, and they would let him throw it around a little.
Back to Douglas, who was the motion man. He's going to come right back to him. And putting a second move by Douglas takes it into Seahawks territory at the 49. It's a pickup of 8.
How happy do you think Drake May is he's not playing in the snow again? Both these teams have come out throwing the ball, and let's say Pop Douglas this year, it hasn't been every game, but he has had some massive plays, really exciting big plays for this offense.
It's the play calling matchup. The head coach for Seattle, Mike McDonald, calls the team. Justin Daniels in his 10th Super Bowl with the Patriots. First down run by Ramondre Stevenson over the right side. Takes it right around the 45-yard line. So both teams have settled in here offensively with good opening drives.
I think New England is thrilled with what's going on right now. They have had success running the football here early in the game. And if they can do that, it's going to take pressure off that left side of the offensive line, working with Will Campbell and Jared Wilson.
Travion Henderson checks in as the back.
Just a little bit. He struggle because he's learned to keep his eyes down the field if he hits big plays. And it has been the plays with his legs in the playoffs so far that have really made the difference.
So on the sack yard, +1 picked up. 3rd and 9. Stevenson back for New England. Seahawks bring it up.
Comes into the slot field in nickel situations like this, and they love to send him on blitzes off the edge. And right now, it has been Seattle and their creativity on the defensive side that really saved that drive.
Seattle defense tackling. It's so many people around the football. You watch the tackle, you see a lot of blue shirts around the ball as this game goes on. Bryce Perriman with a kick for New England. Looking to try to put his seats behind it deep. Over at Shaheen calls forward, makes the fair catch just inside the 10. The drive to Seattle will be in. Back Super Bowl 60. The Seahawks.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
That is about guys for the 22nd. It's the confidence to choose your banana. It's the confidence to choose your banana. From green to extra right.
Last one down by the Ultras.
What's Greg?
Sorry.
He needs a credit card when he got a drink.
I was buying the Ultras driver. Meet me at the buildup.
Hands up. Strap in. Shoving the skis, shoving your mind. Your true opponent is your son. Again. Again.
If you rely on sight, you're already blind.
Nice.
Do it for the Ultras, Greg.
It's time.
Ultras on deck again.
Time your inner Greg.
Hey, fans, what are we doing out here? All right, so we sold all those football squares. We still have $5 raffle tickets for the same cause for the Cancer Foundation. There's going to be a $100 gift card here, and we're going to give away 2 VIP tables to a sporting event of your choice. So if you guys want those ice skating finals in the Olympics, we got you. Next week, we got you. March Madness or soccer, $5 ticket.
Settled in here, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Just about 40 miles southeast of San Francisco. Where the southern end of the San Francisco Bay, most of the fans spent their weekend up in the city of San Francisco. Come on down here for this game. And welcome to that. Drive 2 for Seattle starts 3rd and 10. And a pistol fake by Gardner. Pressure complete. Nearly staying up near hoping for Robert Spillane to come up with an interception.
Well, they told us Sam Darnold had a little Brett Favre, but I'm starting to believe it. He is throwing into tight windows here. That one just barely had enough room And so far, it has been the pressure of the secondary that really has impressed me. Darnold's going to take a shot on the back end of that. It almost looks like defensively, New England thinks they need to win the game on this side of the ball.
Great call. Playing with aggression. Actually, Jennings the hit on Darnold. Offensive team only 4 on that one before throws and gains brings it down. Set up third to halfway.
I used to play receiver in the National Football League, and watching Jackson Smith and Jigba this week, I was like, I'm just stunned. I kind of ran out of words to describe his route running ability. There has been nobody able to cover him one-on-one this year.
Year 3 out of Ohio State, he has been sensational. Deep 6, Patriots back out there. Now away from the pocket.
Oh, what an escape, first of all, by Sam Darnold. And then Njigba was escaped out of the back end. And oh my goodness, it was a walking touchdown. Jalen Hawkins just missed, got up and hustled back, and it just forced Darnold to hurry a bit.
Both teams have terrific punt returners. Michael Dixon is the best punter in the league. Pressure there, gets that one away. It'll be a fair catch of a 51-yarder by Marcus Jones at the 35-yard line. This is an advancing 3 out for Seattle. Wow. 6:07 left here in the first quarter. Hands ball, Seahawks +100.
With millions of listings on apartments.com
And homes.com.
you can find virtually any place you can live.
Maybe quicker to list the places you can't. Like,
Or the path of a baboon.
but otherwise.
You can live in it. You're going to find it on apartments.com.
And homes.com. The place?
To find a place.
I'm on the road. 34 pounds down on GLP-1s. Healthier on the road. Supportive on the road. FDA approved GLP-1 options. Now even in a pill. Weight loss expertise I trust. I'm moving better on road. I'm feeling better on road. I'm Serena Williams. This is me on road. The way you say an idea in your mind. The way you describe it to a friend. This is how website creation should be. Expression as natural as this. Let it out. Shape it into something that could only come from you. This is the new way to create. Breaks harmony.
The countdown is on for Bad Bunny. It's a Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Watch the performance, and then here's biggest hits in spatial audio. Circle our way back inside Levi Stadium. Drive number 2 for the Patriots. Offensive linemen, they'll go 6 every once in a while. They're monthly. And of Ohio State in the lineup. And they'll protect this time. They climb the pocket as far as the post downfield. 43-yard line, Keyshawn Booty with the reception. Nice gain for New England.
It's almost all zone coverage when you're talking about Seattle. And you can see that Drake May no longer takes off to run and he's stepping up in the pocket. He has become a quarterback. He is looking for that ball down the field. And he can dissect those zone defenses. His receivers, Booty and Booted, are really good at that.
21 on that game. Jones and Drake Thomas, both linebackers were there.
It's kind of interesting to watch Drake Thomas, who took over early in the year. But this guy is a little fire plug, and he just fires. Anytime he thinks he sees something, he is sprinting to the ball. And pretty much this defense, you will see 8 or 9 guys in the frame at every tackle. They really hustle.
Very attack on the frame. 2nd and 14.
So Mike, they bring pressure here and they know what the hot is. And so then they just simply send somebody directly there so they are understanding completely what the offense of the Patriots are, and they're adjusting to it and making some big plays.
Third and 15, Christian comes from defense.
Out there, Witherspoon and E-Man Warren, who are as good as there is in this league, coming with pressure off that edge.
And protection problem on offense. Garrison kicking the right side. For the 6. Very dangerous, but well covered. Martin Pettis and the New England special teams bring down inside the 15-yard line. 17 sacks of Drake May in this postseason. 2 in his first quarter by the Seahawks.
So you helped like subdue those hippie intruders, huh?
Something like that.
You said it like there's no to it.
I don't possess many talents, but I know better than getting away with a good story. I'm a little funny.
Hi, I'm Dr. Darshik Shah. Has your head ever exploded from an extreme energy drink? Millions of people suffer from exploding heads every single day. It's too late for them. Not for you. That's why I teamed up with Liquid Death to develop their new Better For You energy drink. It has 100 milligrams of caffeine, equal to a cup of coffee, plus essential vitamins and 0 sugar. And is guaranteed to not explode your head.
Hey, can I get a 6-pack quickly?
Perfect. That is a clear and achievable goal. But confidence isn't just built in the gym. Try Step Boost Max, the insoles that add 1 vertical inch of height and help short kings stand tall. Use code HYPEMAX10 for big discounts.
system. The people are represented by two separate but equally important groups. The police who investigate crime, and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Actions need consequences.
Possession number 3 for Seattle. Starts back at their own 13-yard line. Clint Kubiak, in his first year as the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, finally expected to get the Raiders head coaching job in the next few days. Zach corresponded the defensive plays on the side for New England. Terrell Williams was the defensive coordinator when the season started, treated for prostate cancer. He's here watching the game. The core has stepped in and done a really nice job calling this defense, fourth toughest to score on in the league. They shut down Kenneth Walker there on first down after game 2.
It looks like we are going to have a defensive football game, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. Such aggressive play out of New England in the secondary. Seattle's defense as well with all the blitzes. It may well come down to, with the way they're undercutting routes for New England, a pick 6, some kind of defensive turnover might decide this thing.
I think it's N.A. Walker to the left. Really not going very far. You just saw the numbers, Chris. We mentioned how good this Patriots defense was during the regular season. In the playoffs, they have been terrific. They've been a difference-making unit. The players shake it up here for the moment. They get slow, but this defense has done a nice job on the way here to the Super Bowl.
And think about how they ended up beating Denver. They were patient on offense. They didn't make big mistakes. They let their defense make plays, and ultimately it was a mistake by the offense that decided it. Christian Ellis in there, got pressure on the quarterback, and they got the ball down on the 7-yard line.
Ceremonial survives the player who's shaken up here right now.
Catch it, see if we can run for a first down. So there is something to be said for that in this game. How can your quarterback get the ball out of his hands and not let these defenses win? Right now the defenses are really winning.
Another one there.
Well, you knew trick plays were coming because this is simply the way it is in Super Bowls because everybody has 2 weeks to get ready and, you know, they got a lot of time on their hands. They got plays and sometimes it's the old smash mouth that works best.
Good one there by Woodson, who has the most tackles for the Patriots in this postseason run. Final minute, opening quarter. Pressure from New England, sliding his throttle. This pass is incomplete. For Smith and Jigba, moving coverage. Saw Anthony Jennings peel out to take it.
Did you see this double pressure coming? I mean, this is getting wild right now. It is haymakers being thrown by both defenses, and they just don't seem to care. You know you don't really care when you end up with one of your edge players out there on the best player, the best receiver in football.
Third and long, Darnold sideline move. Looking towards Smith and Jigba. Patriots had it covered with Woodson and Christian Gonzalez, their top corner. And Seattle left punching away again.
You can feel now, right? So early in this game, the two quarterbacks like, I can get that in there, I can get that in there. And all of a sudden now, it's starting to dawn on everybody, this might be a defensive game. I can't give them one, right? I can't keep throwing them into those tight situations and give up a big play the other way.
You saw how good Jones is historically in punt returns. Dixon is excellent. He'll fake right, kick it across the body to the other side sometimes. Gets that one away. starting linebacker. Of course, it's the Super Bowl. Everybody's here. Roger Federer down on the field before the game, taking in some of the sights. You saw John Bon Jovi bring out TV luxury for the Patriots. Jay-Z on the sideline here before the game with his group. Beaver's got a great seat. Adam Sandler to join the Patriots as per usual. Among the luminaries on hand. So much fun walking down the field before the Super Bowl. Everybody's taking pictures with everyone else. It is the event every year. It never fails. Number 32, it's Ramondre Stevenson. Good first down gain of 5. Curious to the end of this first quarter. Only points, Jason Myers' 33-yard field goal on the opening drive for Seattle. End of one here in Santa Clara. Seahawks 3 and the Patriots nothing. So glad you're with us for Super Bowl 60, which continues on NBC. After these.
So I've been thinking. Might be time to hang it up.
How about one last time? Together.
Okay, Kim.
I walked across an empty lane. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath my feet. Sat by the river and it made me complete. And if you had a while,
It's your phone now.
so I'd only go somewhere only you.
Hey, winner, play my Beast Mode playlist.
Well, you should. Who's that
Class of 2026, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, and the Patriots' great run. Adam Vinatieri and Roger Craig up in here in the Bay Area. Of course, tonight they've got the table stick. Some conversation about who did not get in, and understandable conversation, but what a class of Hall of Famers we're seeing. Next summer in can't go high.
What a class that didn't get in.
There's a conversation about Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, and all the Patriots' success over the years. Look forward to seeing all those greats. It doesn't seem like that long ago we were watching Brees and Fitzgerald and Kuechly out there on the field. First ballot guys for sure.
Well, like every time I watch Drew Brees, he's breaking another record.
Sounds like it.
Slinging it.
All right, what are you thinking here as we start the second with Seattle up 3-0?
You know, they've had answers for everything so far defensively, and it seems the more aggressive these defenses play, they get better, and they haven't been shut down yet. So something's made.
Inside.
Shoulder Henry here a little bit, but a little too far behind him. And we need to see New England get the ball in the hands of some of their playmakers. Stephon Diggs would be a good place to start.
It's Diggs in motion.
This is a little bit of a concession here. I just got to say what I'm thinking. I think they are playing this game a little bit just like they did Denver a week ago in the snowstorm. But this defense from Seattle is having the same impact as the snow.
As we get a quick on that one, they did not Barringer to kick it. High hander, Shaheed's got a fair catch. He's got the great special teamer, Brandon Schooner, waiting for him. Seattle on another long field. Sam Darnold, finally from Santa Clara, California. And a beautiful Southern California city, the USC, third overall pick. It's going to be great with the Jets. 3 years, it wasn't. Traded to Carolina, some injury. Came to San Francisco here, and he backed up Brock Purdy on a team that went to the Super Bowl. Then as a free agent goes to Minnesota, 14-3. They get knocked out of the playoffs. He didn't look good the last 2 games on the free agent market. 14 wins here, 14 back-to-back. It's Tom Brady there. Some impressive stuff from Darnold, who's brought the Seahawks to Super Bowl 60. In the air on first down, shot to the field for Shaheed. What a play by the Patriots top cover.
And here's what we're going to have to see out of both these teams tonight. Take some shots. Throw the thing up the field. Give your playmakers a chance to make some plays. But Christian Gonzalez, I tell you, that is a tough assignment for Sheikh Shaheed, and he can fly. You have to run that one down.
That was a beautifully timed play. Well, Shaheed's going to hit his head on the goalpost. Bring it in 7. Deflected, and for the moment on the field, an incomplete pass.
But one of the things that's going to decide this game is the play he just ran is called an outside zone, right? And they're going to run at the edge of the defense, and if you can keep going with his speed, you're going to see some big plays in the running game. And any sort of breakout play in this one so far just feels significant.
That's Zach Charbonnet. He was the back who coming in passing downs for his ACL in the divisional round victory over the Knicks. Seahawks in the red zone, the second time. College ball down the road to Cal Berkeley.
But you can see he's one of those guys that really just, when he gets the ball in his hand, right, he just kind of takes his time. And he's like, and then boom, something happens really quickly. And if he can get in space, I think people are stunned by how fast he was when we were watching.
Even the players said, yeah, it was a Thursday practice, and he was dialed in. Cooper Kupp is the man in motion next to Donald. Second and a dozen. As you hear Sean Smith, the killer on Seesaw hit, as the ball was coming forward.
And I think this is on Sam Darnold because they've got a blitz coming inside, and so there is nobody there to block Chase on. And Darnold's going to have to realize that's his. If those guys all came from that left side, there's nobody to protect him. This is just destroying both offenses.
Play clock running down. Third and a dozen. Darnold is going to pitch it. A lot of Patriots does. Off the 10-yard get out from everybody. And this New England defense for the second time in this first half stiffens in the red zone and will force a Seattle field goal attempt.
That's a little bit of a concession right there too. So we're seeing now both offensive play callers understanding real estate is going to be tough to buy out here tonight. And they are willing to run the ball on third and long just to get the field goal kicker out there.
Down to the 14 on their first drive, settled for 3. Got down to the 17 on this drive. And Myers, three's pitching from his left to right. 39. Golden hour of Golden State.
We surprise people at the T-Mobile store to tell them why it's better over here.
If you think something's just a phone in your hands, by T-Mobile, it's better here. Yes.
This is
We also had a second surprise. It didn't go as well.
Tell me why
It's better here.
I'm not the only one, but this can be heavy.
Watch me.
We're watching, Derek. They're right. We need weather tech.
Huh? I thought they only make one-liners and cargo lines.
What am I hearing? What am I hearing? What do you think? We have the seat protectors, side window deflectors, no drone light flaps.
And the cup phone.
And I just ordered WeatherTech's newest products.
Each basket makes for easy loading of heavy gear and increased storage with the roof basket. Celebrate the big day with bigger savings
only
at
get 11
WT.com.
WeatherTech for the win.
Super Bowl 60 on NBC is brought to you by Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, only in theaters June 12th. By Dove, our joy is louder, the game is ours. By T-Mobile, we'll tell you why it's better over here. And by Uber Eats, when football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, Offensive Player of the Year, has been targeted 6 times already. with just one reception to the front of the Sam Darnold with over his last 5. Patriots defenses kept Seattle in check, except for the 2 long runs by Lieutenant Walker, 30 and 29 yards on the last drive. Two field goals so far. 6, New England nothing. Patriots have had it 3 times, and they punched it all 3 times. And Myers will kick away. Both guys going back for it. And into the end zone for a touchback. So New England will have good field position. What a turnaround. 4 wins the last couple of years for the Patriots. Mike Vrabel is hired, replacing Ron Mayo as the head coach. And a lot of folks come in, and it is a major rebuild for this team. 30 players in their first year with this team. That's the most ever for a Super Bowl team. Both sides of the ball, veterans brought in through the postseason, 17-3, 13 more wins than last year. Never been done in league history. New England has the AFC champs near the Santa Clara. Travion Henderson with the run for a few yards. And Chris, in large part, I love as we visited with Mike Vrabel this season and this week. Veterans in each group, each position, receivers, defensive backs, all the way across. He's really built a great team around them.
In his opening speech for the team when he first got there, you will respect everyone in this building. And it almost shook up the fans. They were talking about winning and working hard and tackling. They were talking about respect inside this building, and you can feel it.
Sideline, and the officials was bumped down. Everybody sorted out to get into their proper shot here, and to the alternate officials as well. You see there is helping to keep the peace. As everybody gets back to their respective sideline, the punting unit is out, as it has been every drive for the Patriots.
You're looking for a little spice on the football field. Stephon Diggs is usually a pretty good place to start.
In place for a barrier, 30 men of the Michigan State to kick it away. Shaheed's back with time, 39 yards in the kick to the Patriots. Fine with that. Don't give Shaheed fuel in the fire. Defense frustrating the offense. The story in the first third of Super Bowl 60.
Stay tuned for Bad Bunny at the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Now, switch to Apple Music and easily bring your playlist with you.
While you were enjoying the commercials, Morgan Moses, the man in this game was the most games played before he got to the Super Bowl, 191. One of those veteran leaders we talked about in this team. Getting everybody straight. That's the whole offense there. Stephon Diggs winning 178 regular season games to get to the Super Bowl. Both getting the Patriots offense to stay calm. 4 drives, 4 punts for New England.
It's amazing how deep inside the hole he can get and still bounce it outside and be able to get there. But I feel like I'm watching practice. It was sort of the same thing with this guy. And you can tell even the defenders were kind of like, what was that?
The best running back in college football when he came out on the Bill Walker Award in his 1 year at Michigan State. Inside run. Milton Williams and company trying to shut it down. Milton Williams was the one standing up in the middle, 97 for New England. He's a guy who knows all about the Super Bowl. Into a couple, this is his 13th playoff game. He's one of those veterans. Stop Walker for long enough. It's a first down 4. Seattle.
Milton Williams definitely believes that he has the advantage in this game.
Checking the spot here, and he gets to the 39-yard line. Push. Surrounded by bodies, the Williams at the ball got to the 39. And first down here. Pressure on the field. The Spillane will work it. Incomplete, second down, and here's Kaylee Archer.
Well, Kenneth Walker told me he is playing for something extra tonight. Mike, as you mentioned, he and Zach Charbonnet were a 1-2 punch in the Seahawks backfield this season until Charbonnet tore his ACL in the divisional round. Well, Walker's responded with over 100 spring yards in each playoff game. He said, I saw my brother go down, so I'm playing for him. I told Charbonnet that. He said, that's my brother for real. It means a lot. He's got my back, and I got his no matter what.
And Charbonnet being out means when Walker gets a break, George Halani, who's in right now, becomes the back. Tries to pick up his Patriots pressure. Second catch of the night.
And it was Cooper Kupp who admitted to us in our meetings and our discussions with him. He said, I never ever say, give me the ball, ever. But in that last Super Bowl, I knew that I was the only healthy body left. I went out there and said, give me the ball. They did. He ends up MVP.
He told us that story sitting at the captain's sleeping Jigger. He was looking at him like, Dad, saw the kid's story. Like, wow. There's the company. Donald pressure by Williams.
Pressure come up with Milton Williams right inside here. Beautiful move, and then he's going to find his way out and around. And I think that Darnold's doing the right thing there. Let's get the ball out of my hands. I can even see him take off and run a little bit. Both these quarterbacks and even open it up with their legs.
Walker, Casey Lewis. That bounce it off. It's on tackle by Corey Jordan. It's the 44-yard line.
So, Walker here, he's walking. He's appropriately named. He's kind of a little nice stroll, and then, you know, especially on those double team blocks, when Seattle gets out and they get to the guard, the center, and get a push, sometimes you want to win on that to get pushed down the field. And right now, Warren is exhausted.
down here for Seattle. 2-6 converting and third down as well.
You know, it's so interesting that most of the NFL season you would go, third down territory, right? But not with this head coach, and not in this game. It's so much a field position game. Really good job that time by Cooper Kupp, making Spillane go out and around, and basically they had this play, you just got to catch the ball. Here's the part we didn't tell you about Kenneth Walker. One, he's not a very good blocker, and two, he's not a very good receiver. So when he's running the ball, he looks great. In the key moments, he's going to have to make those plays.
Special teams.
Taste buds. Taste buds. Whoa, you're juicy and mega now? We gotta show the world the new you. Market, don't we? Ooh, crunch with the pure. How delicious are really teaspoons.
New merch, Juicy Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
When a quarterback runs, they call it scramble. You got a morning scramble, Bradley?
Don't you have somewhere else to be?
Think about it. Field goal post, designed after a field.
That can't be true. Football's not selling food. I cannot keep this up.
Player's name, CJ Malik Pin.
The cherry picking.
Gerard Cherry, Duran Cherry.
Oh, did you tell him about Hank Liplock?
Several times. Take a closer look, Mr. Bradley. Tell me, what do you see?
Pro Football Hall of Fame?
It's a juicer. What? The Hall of Fame to juicer, Bradley.
You know the game conditioning in football scene? So what do you say you just squash this game?
It's scary. Just me.
Burgers! When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
I'm just a guy. But when I use my Bosch appliances, I feel like more than just a guy. I feel like God. Same goes to these Bosch power tools here. Just a guy. Guy. Just a guy. Just a guy.
With phenomenal appliances.
And a guy for power tools.
That's always spoke French. The more you watch, the more you feel.
Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Show for exclusive back on the interviews, playlists, and more. Santa Clara. Worst field position at the other team thus far this evening. New England from its own 2. That's the space from Melissa, what's it like down at Patriots sideline?
Well, we saw 12-year veteran Morgan Moses gather the entire Patriots offense and say, we knew it was going to be 60 minutes. We're here. We've arrived. We're killing ourselves. Let's play our game. And then right after that, head coach Mike Vrabel said specifically to the offensive line, we're going to gain yards. We're going to go play. Go play and be
backfield and rookie left side of that offensive line.
This sequence may well decide the game. If they can fuck the football.
Timeout taken. And Seattle had 10 on the field there. And they take their first timeout.
It has been the rookies on the left side of this offensive line. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, but they simply cannot hold up on the outside. It's been Mike Campbell several times, and then it was Jared Wilson who gave up the sack. This is a formula that's just not going to work as is. So Greg May, his mobility is going to have to come into play. Screens, quick wide receiver screens, something to get the ball outside the interior of that Seattle defense, because they're losing the battle there.
And it's a great credit to this team. They had two rookies next to each other get to the Super Bowl. It's never happened before, and we've seen that. So the timeout taken. Seattle had 6 players on the field. Second and 7 for Drake May. Third down for the Patriots.
I mean, they're really just playing zone defenses. That's all they're doing. And the clock in the head of Drake May has been so sped up. He's throwing it before he has to, and they're missing opportunities. This has to be a first down. Or they're going to go in probably down at least 90.
First down. Josh Jones is there out of his zone for coverage. But Wingwood gets the first down.
This is a tremendous throw because you're going to end up with coverage out here on the outside. That little spin around and come back in so many times ends up an interception. And yet we saw Drake May throw it low and tight, enabling that first down to happen.
Going on the ground. We're about to see to the 17-yard line. Again, 9 possessions, 7 punts, just a couple of field goals. There have been no penalties in the game thus far. For what it's worth, there has never been a half, either first or second Super Bowl history, where each team went penalty-free.
Mike, the biggest thing for the Patriots right here, if they score great, right, that's wonderful. But you can't give the ball back to Seattle and let them score. You've got 3:15 to live.
Is there a Nicole out here that want to get farther away? To the bathroom, she put her whole phone number in. Read it out loud and then I'll read it on the mic. Alright guys, she might be hot. Write it down.
I'm not sure exactly what Drake May did not take the platform, and that it looked like it was fairly open.
You say it's scheme, it's a lot of the guy you saw on the screen. Mike McDonald, brilliant defensive coach. Saw it in Baltimore. See, here, see it go. There is the first play of the game. Of course that's going to be there. Come on. Throw that chum in the water. Born in Detroit, Michigan, Sean Smith, refereeing his first Super Bowl. Tackle on that rookie side of the line.
They're flinching. Mike, I hate to say it, but they're flinching in this game. Whether it's the passing game, whether it's the offensive lineman, they're flinching. And they can do better. And look what they can do better.
Houston against Flag. Instead of punching away with 3:03 till halftime.
I mean, even on that deep throw, he was hit. And, you know, Morgan Moses is doing the best he can, but he ran into the quarterback. So everything is collapsing back right now on Drake May. And he's a young player. And now they really have issues here. Seattle has a chance to put up additional points, and it doesn't look like New England's going to score.
Anytime's been good to try to keep it away from Shaheen. the history of the Super Bowl that he has space.
Hey, just guys have tickets and spin the wheel. You can do that. If you want something, you can tip us. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. I'm fucking tired. Is everyone okay?
40-yard time, 4.6. Isolate the top three, strong leadership. Because a player will have over 100 tackles and profile.
That's a guy.
Do not listen to that.
Thank you. I know how it feels.
How can I just let you recollect when all I can do is watch you? So take it, give me my
Everybody okay out here? You guys good? That was so big. It's almost a halftime and we almost scored a touchdown. But you're winning! That's all that matters. All that matters is that you're winning. Thank you. Just a reminder, you can still buy tickets for the raffle for $5. You can come spin the wheel. We have a green ticket. You can come spin the wheel with us. If you want to spin the wheel, you can tip us.
Just here to say thanks again for being here. Look at all of you. Look at you guys. You look amazing out here. We're so grateful. We're so happy you're here partying with us. We're so happy to be on board with our mission to give back to the community and to move philanthropically. That's really important to us. So just know that when you are here, you are supporting something bigger than you, bigger than us, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I know it was bigger than me. It doesn't get a lot bigger than me, so.
Field position of the evening. And we're on 43, George Kalani and then running back. Fake to Rose Garden, pressure to the middle.
That is just tremendous play on the part of Sam Darnold there. He comes out and he's getting hit and he's still executing some of those plays. This is just a bit of a bloodbath out here. And remember, Sam Darnold is the guy that led the NFL with 20 turnovers. None in the playoffs so far, and that has been the difference for this Seattle Seahawks team.
They say death and taxes are the only guarantees in life. They stab any weapons to your mouth. Brace yourself. The pain's coming. I can taste it. Cut!
Why is there rain? Dial me up, man. Angela, we need you to dial me down. I'm just trying to tap into the pain of taxes. You know, you're not some regular tax guy. You are a TurboTax expert, like Jim.
You took the pain out of taxes, remember?
Smile and be happy.
I don't do happy.
If there's no drama, there's no Adrian Brody.
Take it.
I think you got that.
I'm hereby grant you top secret clearance to Project Ceremonial.
What's Project Ceremonial?
This time is time. If you do not select everything on this planet will go extinct. This mission is what many Americans would call a long shot.
I'm married. Like everything.
How much are you on now?
Next time you're in me.
Don't call me
Universal Orlando Resort.
You're listening to Count Tech. He's got you.
Coming up on the Toyota halftime report, Maria Chapman guys break down the first half. See Pepe has ideas having the offense is unlocked in the second half. That's coming up on the Toyota halftime. Warning, couple of timeouts left for Seattle, all 3 for New England. 6 for the Seahawks, 4 of them getting into Patriots territory. Ben Woodson continues to be a big factor in this New England defense, which is playing quite well.
He really is, but there's a downside to that too. Because basically New England is now sort of admitting for us to stop this running game, we have to bring our safeties down, which is going to create one-on-one coverages on the backside of that. And so now Jackson Smith and Jigba maybe getting a chance at something down the field here fairly soon. That was a big 3 or 4 yards on the tail end of that. Gets him pretty easily in field goal range now.
Field goal from here is 53 yards. Reese has picked up the kickoff and has gone down a little bit. 32, 40 seconds and a half. Inside run. Ball at the 30-yard line, and 1 timeout, 32 seconds remaining. Defense trying to hold for 3 again. Timeout.
The film will be a much better version of Good Mornings made as a sitcom with a real genius in the lead. It's another actress.
Hey, Will! Did you ever manage to Humpkins in the Fibonacci sequence? I got a genius working for me.
He's such a genius that when he put ice in his coffee. Right? Come on, Chucky, I'm just real hunting. I'm not a genius.
I will marry the first man that can help me with the Fibonacci sequence.
Don't you have a girlfriend?
We're on a break! Hey, girl, I said everything I need. Why are you with Duncan?
Hey, kid, if you're still single doing this Boston stuff and working for Duncan when you're 50, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Isn't that your girlfriend? Do you like donuts?
Yeah,
Well, this is my new boyfriend. How you like these nuts?
I'm Tom.
Party too long. This is the direction of the wind as it comes into the stadium, hits inside and swirls around. It's 8 miles an hour steady, but it's gusting above 12, so there's an effect here in this stadium that'll move the wind. But Myers, the Seattle kicker, as I said, kicks in here once a year. Feels very comfortable with what he'll have to deal with to get the field goal attempt. 32 seconds left for Darnold in the Seahawks. It's downfield. Timeout taken by McDonald. Seattle's last with 23 seconds remaining.
So I was wondering what the strategy was going to be from Mike Vrabel. And what he decided he was going to sit back and make sure he didn't give up a touchdown. I thought on the fringe of the field goal range, he might try and blitz, might try to knock him out of field goal range. He did not. He decided that as long as they're not in the end zone, I like where I am for the second half.
The Patriots offense shut down 52 total yards in this first half. Seattle out of timeout for 23 seconds remaining. George Milani is the running back. To the Seahawks. Watch this. His right hand off of it, but it's touching his leg.
Did he ever touch the ball?
We're going to bring in Terry McCauley, 3-time Super Bowl referee with us. What do you watch there, Terry?
Yeah, Mike, we see two different angles and two different ends on the angles. The first angle doesn't look like it touches at all. The second angle looks like it does. Given that, I think it appears that this is going to stay the same. This is going to be an incomplete pass as we run the field.
Seattle was out of timeouts, so it would have been fine. Look at that little fire drill. Maybe got that ball down because Cup was past the sticks for a first down. One more look at this as it is being looked at.
After review, the on the field says it's a good pass, 4 down.
complete. 15 seconds left in the timeout.
Still time for a completion. Get up and spike the ball, but you're pushing the envelope. And if I were watching this game from Mike McDonald's standpoint, I might go, I'm feeling pretty good about 9-0 at halftime with the way my defense is playing. So I don't think they're going to push it down in the end zone, but they could.
The incompletion call comes back to when the ball touched the ground. Therefore, the reset at 20. And it's third at 3. And now the Patriots. Now we'll look at how Seattle is lining up. They'll take the timeout. Let's focus on Mike Vrabel's defense in the first half.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen step powered by AWS, and it has been Sam Darnold tonight. It has been constantly under pressure. When I said I thought he was playing pretty well, this is why he has been getting pounded, and some of the players he's had to complete have been completely under pressure in really tight windows. And yet it has been some of those plays that have kept drives alive that really is the difference in the ball game at this point, because New England has not been able to make those.
They scheme up something, a shot of the end zone from Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's got here at the bottom of the screen. It's right here.
This is 2 now for Christian Gonzalez. It is a last-second diving play to knock it away and almost intercepted. When you try to push that thing down into the end zone, you put it in harm's way, and I think they are lucky they've got the field goal team out there.
That's Don Best. Always in the drop drop. Field goal attempt at 41. They struggled scoring in the first quarter. Here it's the whole first half. It's not just a slow start by New England. It's a great defensive half by Seattle.
It is, and it's an extension of the playoffs for New England's offense. So they were really upset, right? They thought that they were taking shots and people think we're no good and all this stuff. So there was a chip on the shoulder coming into this game. And yet, once again, with another terrific defense, unable to get it going.
You know what else it's an extension of? This season in the NFL, 8 of the top 10 scoring defenses made the playoffs. And you watched the year, and it's like, you had a good defense, you were winning the big games, and that's exactly what's happening out here right now.
I mean, it has been strategic, it has been visible, it has been overwhelming at times.
And as we said, that guy is a bit of a mastermind of it. Just a dozen years ago, he was an intern hired in Baltimore and got started on his path. A decade with the Harbaughs, whether the 9 years with John or the 1 year with Jim at Michigan, defenses have been really everywhere. Back into this half, the return by the other Johnson comes shy for 30. And with 6 seconds remaining, the Patriots are not going to
Yo necesito
performance offensively in the first half. It's 2.5, maybe 3 times longer than the regular season for the players, but both coaches requested. One on Monday, Seattle, one on Friday, New England. You see the players going to come up in this half. There's not line for the rest of the
All right, that's halftime. And guess what, JPK, you won the second quarter. There you go, you got a $50 gift card to the top. Oh, is that your dad, bro? Is that your dad? Oh, he won $50. He bought a square, and he won the second quarter with 1 ticket. There's dudes that bought 100 tickets out here.
Melissa, thank you. Mike Vrabel's team, as Chris mentioned, struggling on the offensive end of 10 points. In that snowstorm in Denver, the defense set them up. The winning the points against Houston. They used the 1 touchdown against the Chargers. And Fox It's up Seattle again with a strong defense, led by Mike McDonald's crew. Standing by now is Kenny Hartog.
Well, obviously for protection things, that's some of the pressures that they're doing, so we're going to look at that. We're doing a good job of taking care of the ball, which is good. Sam's making a lead indecisive. Just keep running, we'll make some adjustments, and get 30 minutes to go. Thanks, guys.
Seattle Seahawks. Halfway to the second Super Bowl time. Stay tuned to
This documentary is supposed to show people how
There is no way that man could ever understand where you come from. He is the one. You have to be
Let your dreams take flight. Welcome to the Las Vegas.
More attractive to flies, working 24/7 to kill 99.9% of our scraps.
The Chevy Equinox and all-electric Equinox EV. It's your choice. Either the adventure-bound and safety-forward Equinox, or the long-range and tech-packed Equinox EV. You get a do-it-all SUV at an incredible value.
Northwest buyers can get $87.50 cash allowance, plus $12.50 for current competitive owners on this 2026 Equinox EV RS all-wheel drive. That's 20% of MSRP cash back.
Oh, Holly, this is Holly. All right, that's Holly. I covered it.
Albert Lee Appliance Clearance Center, opening soon in Flint.
All right, Doc, are you ready for Bad Bunny?
Unfortunately, guys, it looks like Greg May is the one seeing go sit on.
Throws down the field, the pressure
Well, the world's been talking about it. I've been better on it. Today, it's time to learn something new. Football players. The Fanatic Sportsbook. Let's get them green, boys.
What's that? What's good? Right there.
Listen, today I'm going to face our toughest opponent. They're bigger, stronger, faster, but I'll never surrender. Levi, I'm a champion.
I'm unbreakable, unstoppable, unbelievable.
Weakness will not be in my heart. Defeat will not be in my career.
No one will define me or deny me.
The man on the moon. I remember myself even when I was back in every time in history will remember you. And the world will never
The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show.
Qué rico es el latín. ¡Hoy se
Tú que me preguntas, pero no Yo estamos a una, mañana otra. Ay, me la voy a llevar a todo pa' VIP. Muchacho, deja eso. Ella sabe que es critica, quiere que no se lo brinda, que todo se la trafica. Ey, voy a llevarte la fuera, mami, pa' que veas cómo esto se pelea. Trae a tu amiga si te gusta olvidar, dime que te la quieres cambiar. Ey, qué rico lo vamos a pasar, aquí nadie sabe pasar, pero tú te vas a querer querer. Ey, aprovecha que si se espero, single. De los barrios y los caseríos, de la gente de los bandidos que sueltan los beats, ey, ey, que esta noche lo que haya, perra baby, suéltate baby, perra baby, Buenas tardes, California. Mi nombre es Benito Antonio Martínez Ocasio. Y si hoy estoy aquí en el Super Bowl 60, es porque nunca dejé de creer en mí. Tú también eres.
Los declaro marido y mujer. Puede usar a la novia.
Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa. Quieren el barrio mío y quieren que se vaya. No, no, suelte la bandera y olvide el Levi. Que no quiero quedar contigo, no, me paso a Hawái. No, no, suelte la bandera y olvide el Levi. Que no quiero quedar contigo.
Puerto Rico, de Carolina sale el reggaetón y el fútbol te vayamos, ey, ey. Quieren montarse en la ola y no pide rincón, un besito pa' abuela, en el carbón corto, solo pollo y la rincón, tanto perro. Tierra de madre y tengo calderón, y llevaré el que fue campeón, primero que Lebrón. Maldita sea, otro pagón, vamos pa' los bichos a prender un blog, antes que el tipo le dé un poco. Puerto Rico está en paz, Puerto Rico está en paz. Ey, 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 picheo maldivo, yo me quedo en Palomino, ey, si no me voy para revés, un saludo a mis vecinos, ey, aquí el calor es diferente, el sol está ahí, no, ey, la capital del perreo, ahora todos quieren ser latinos, no, pero le falta sazón, batería y reggaetón, ey, ey, sigue con mi corillo que somos un montón, le falta sazón, batería y reggaetón, ey, ey, sigue con mi corillo que somos un montón, pues contigo canción.
National Football League thanks you for watching the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Switch to Apple Music and new subscribers get 3 months free. Visit NFL.com/live visual album to watch all of tonight's performances.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
A warning signal from your body. One woman. Hello? Okay, 2 women are spreading the word.
People with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes. Like my mom, you chica. Our kidneys could be sending out an SOS. I would increase risk like heart attack or stroke. Don't miss the signal. Ask your doctor about a simple urine test called UACR and join our mission.
Jen Spark, give me the day off. I'm skipping work today. You should too, Stu. Jen Spark, finish your slide deck. Now you're not working from home. Go to your darn class. Jen Spark, dial in this spreadsheet.
I'm done?
Circle back on out of here. Let Jen Spark automate your work and take the day off.
My sister's name was Denise. She died of obesity at 25. She had a heart attack. I was so fat and nasty. I would eat anything. I was like 345 pounds. Quart of ice cream every hour. I had so much self-hate when I was like that. I just wanted to kill myself. We're the most powerful country in the world, and we have the most obese, fudgy people. Something has to be done about processed food in this country.
Hey, man, where does it storm?
It's supposed to rain in an hour.
We have left. Hey, Meadow, Hey, Meadow, post that on Instagram.
Super Bowl 60 is brought to you by Pepsi. You deserve taste. You deserve Pepsi.
Not escape for Snoop Dogg. That's crazy. Give me a small demonstration of what you did.
Now I'm alone. We slide with the Jamaicans. Hold it, man. Right now, right now, right now, right now. I can tell y'all faster than them already.
Peekaboo, to show me how to move.
You're scared.
What's up, guys?
Stay at the bottom.
I'm right behind you. Hey, hold on. That was fun. I kind of want to do that again.
Please stay safe, Snoop. Winter Olympics continue after the game. Let's talk about the Seahawks, though. And if you're Clint Kubiak, how do you call this game in the second half for Santa Clara?
I think it's important to keep the game quiet for Santa Clara. The way you do that is you run the ball again and again and again, and then on an early down, after a major first down, go hard play action and take your shot. That's how you make a big play.
Yeah, the game is solidified. Kenneth Walker. This is a Kenneth Walker game. Don't get too cute. Keep beating them. They struggle to tackle them. Let's keep doing the same thing.
Kenneth Walker, just keep beating them the football. You guys said it. I mean, he's the one that's been able to give them the explosive plays in the game, so continue to feed Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, 94 yards in the first half, second most ever in Super Bowl history in a single half. Meanwhile, Drake May looking for an opportunity to get a victory. The Seattle Seahawks up 9-0 at the half. Chris and Mike will be on the call. A Lombardi Trophy on the line.
Hola, Sofía. Hola.
I need your help con español.
Ok, mi nombre es Owen.
Mi nombre is Owen.
¿Y ellos? Peligroso.
Peligroso.
Viene tocando por este sector la pelota.
Pasa atrás al área chica. ¡Corre al tercero potente!
I'm so proud, mi Owencito.
Creation is an audacious act. To imagine a universe that we can see and touch.
It's time for us to fly!
Let me show you the future.
You wonder how I do it like that? Two-step and I bring it right back. No scarf, got ice on the neck. 7 flex on the checks on that.
Hi, I'm Christine Applegate. If you have multiple sclerosis like this guy, there's one thing we can all agree on. It sucks. 0 stars, would not recommend. I have been pretty open about my MS, and now I'm partnering with TG Therapeutics on what comes next. I'll be sharing honest conversations from the ugly truths to the real genuine wins. So if MS is part of your life, come join me at nextinms.com. Have you ever seen me that sincere? Nope. Booyah! Too short? Too short?
You doing alright here? You're not going deep?
Don't they know? Shorter is better. Introducing the shortest mask to glass skin.
Do I need to today, Gail?
The new Biocollagen Radiance Facial Mask.
Everybody is just jealous.
Bioma. 20 minutes to glass skin.
You wonder how I do it like that? Two-step and I bring it right back. No scarf, got ice on the neck. 7 flex on the checks on that.
Good, man. I gotta keep going. If I don't keep it going, then you adrenaline goes out. That's why I'm walking. You alright? You need another coach?
I'd love another coach.
Okay. I think I'm on a food hold right now, but I'll come when I know it's open. I'll come in if you are.
I will be watching Super Bowl 60 on NBC.
This thing truly is moving.
Great to carry everyone with us on Super Bowl Sunday. Checking the ground in 30 minutes. Maybe third quarter. 9-0 lead for Seattle. After the 5th Super Bowl without a touchdown in a half. And the 51 yards by New England, third fewest in the first half in Super Bowl history. And the quarterbacks aren't doing much. Defense is dominating those 3 sacks a day. Now 18 in this postseason. Cincinnati's Joe Burrow is the most sacked playoff quarterback in one postseason. And for Kenneth Walker, maybe the MVP of this game is around the corner. 94 yards, second most in the first half in Super Bowl history. Steve Smith at 131 on the way to his 204 record in Super Bowl 22. That's Super Bowl Collinsworth for the halftime show. Now the second half, I don't think there was a lot of enjoyment or sitting or listening in the Patriots locker room. So thinking and figuring out what can they do to sustain some offense.
It's too much right now for Drake May because they're disguising the coverages really well. They're making late moves to get into what they're actually playing, and it's really hard for that young quarterback to pay attention to that because he's under so much pressure.
Third quarter awaits. Following go. Game ball brought out for the third quarter. Jasmine Pretendez, who was selected as this year's 360 Super Kid with the NFL partnership with JMU. You can visit NFL.com/play60.
Ceremonial.
Flag football represented. We hear from throughout this high-profile week as that continues to grow. Jason Myers to kick off for the Seahawks. Begins short kick. As Johnson with a third opportunity for the Patriots across the 30. And slowed down around the 31-yard line by their great special teamer, Brady Russell. Let's get down to Melissa Stark.
Yeah, like I talked to Mike Vrabel coming out of the half, and he told the players we need to block, execute, attack, and be aggressive. His message was, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's the Super Bowl. Of course it was going to be hard. But go see what you can do in the second half. He told the players, go find a way to change your lives.
That phrase, that term reminds me of the great NFL film sound with Josh McDaniels on the bench with Drake May in Denver. That difficult weather condition fourth quarter. And Drake said, it's hard. Josh again, just pull it together here. And once something happens, then they come back here in the second. Goes for the arrow, great free as the coverage was blanketing him. It is second down.
And that's Nick Evan-Warney, who's out there, had a bit of an ankle sprain during the course of the week. But Mike, he is such an important piece of this defense. He can play the linebacker position, and yet he's fast enough and big enough and strong enough to cover a very quick slot receiver going down on the wheel route. There is a lot to try and overcome when you're playing Seattle's defense.
He was second in the Defensive Rookie of the Year voting this year. Trying some edge running in, two backs in, and the speed of Travion Henderson. Something for the Patriots to the 38-yard line, setting up third and manageable.
Yeah, it's third and short now, and so I keep thinking that in order to get back into this game, Drake May is probably going to have to start running that way. We've seen him run options and different things, but also some short, quick throws here. Just get it in the hands of some of these receivers, see if they can break a tackle and make a big play.
Third and 3, protected initially. Nothing for the Patriots, another 3 and out for New England.
These defensive backs are simply crushing. They're just crushing the New England Patriots. And Kayshon Boutte here has been a tremendous back shoulder throwdown, right? Just run down the field, but they are squeezing these guys out of balance now, and there is nowhere to go with the football.
Patriots may take some time to get lined up. The Seattle brought an extra man to try to block it. Get up front, good flat. Barringer gets it away. It is fair caught right around the 10-yard line by Rashid Shaheed. Thought for a minute there might have been offside, so did Mike Vrabel, who was right in the ear of the official as that movement happened up front. Watch here, very close. Especially Patrick O'Connell near side in the neutral zone, but no call. They would have given New England a first down if it was called offside. So they go 3 now. Seattle takes over at the 9-yard line. Only a yard or 2. Jack Gibbons made the play. He's one of the players who had history with Vrabel, spent time in Tennessee where Vrabel was the head coach, and when Mike got the job and Gibbons was free, they brought the linebacker.
That was job 1 right there for this defense, to stop that outside zone play. Mike Vrabel played on the edge. That was his job. The defense is going to take that play personally, and that's a good start for this defense.
Darnold just 9 of 22 passing, but no turnover.
No sacks.
Cover in Darnold's face. Came over here and traded from New Orleans in November and picks up the Seattle first down.
Yeah, we're seeing as many hits on Sam Darnold as we are in Drake May. But Darnold has managed to hit a few of these passes, and it's kind of the difference in the game. The blitz for both teams is getting there. It has just simply been Darnold making a few more plays to keep his offense moving.
Nothing but linebacker Robert Spillane to not do. First down.
Sam Darnold, and these are the kind of quick throws that I think that New England's going to have to get to as well. You can't continue to get your quarterback hit the way both these teams have so far in that first half.
Against Seattle, doesn't
Sam Darnold dead to rights several times, and they can't get him on the ground. Like, this has been a really impressive game. These are two tremendous defenses, but it has sort of been the heart and the guts and the escapability so far as Sam Darnold has been a difference.
The 46. To pull him back after Seattle built some momentum with 3 plays of 10 yards or more in a row.
They're getting some penetration along the defensive line. They've been trying to pull some of these offensive linemen out and around. So the front four, really, for the Patriots, they're doing their job, and they're stuffing it backwards, but they have to be able to stop those edge plays, and they have to be able to get Sam Darnold on the ground when they get the opportunity.
The other way.
Seahawks.
Kubiak. Play sheet, dialing them up here on this good first drive of the second half. To the 100-yard mark for the game as he's escorted to the sideline.
The other thing that we should talk about is Levi comes out with the first possession of the second half and do nothing. Looks just like the first half, right? And defensively, you're starting to get a little demoralized, right? You've been playing, you've been fighting through this whole thing, and now you're beginning to wonder, is my offense ever going to score?
Seattle takes the time out of that play clock running down. They have used an early timeout again, so we focus in on what makes Kenneth Walker so good.
Well, I'll say this, Kenneth Walker is a lot more patient than I am. He just takes his time and is willing to let it happen in front of him. And then it is his strength, it is his quick moves, and it is more than anything his speed that has just given the Patriots all kinds of issues. And they knew of all the weapons that this offense had. And they also knew about that.
That's right, Kenneth Walker Jr. watching tonight. See Walker the third on the back of the jersey on the field. That is his dad, Kenneth Walker Jr., loving watching his son get it done. He's on the left for the moment. As he tried to come back to Cooper Cup. Chris, was one of the last things we were told, talking to everybody before this game. Go back to Kenneth Walker. I said he went to Michigan State, but he played 2 years at Wake Forest. And their offense was this really slow read offense That's the field was. That's when he picked up that backfield patience that you just showed us.
Well, you know, it's one of those kind of read option things where the quarterback will almost hop along with the running back before he actually hands it off. And I think you're right. That's exactly what it looks like.
Get down. Red-Patch defense, 3rd and 9. Seven Patriots at the line. They're all coming. Pressure off the edge and Jalen Hawkins in his face. We get another Jason Myers field goal attempt.
The pressure from both teams has been very consistently getting there. And Sam Darnold, I wonder if he's thinking what I'm thinking too. As long as we keep making field goals, they're probably, if they make this one, they're probably one more away from putting the Patriots in a really tough spot.
Super Bowl record for field goals made. 4 in a game. Several have done it. And a slip for a good hole. Dixie, good job scraping it off the grass. Putting it in place for Myers to hit from 41.
That's my room? Yeah, it's next to mine. And watch.
And Charlie's bed can go right there.
Here?
Yeah. Come on.
And look, here's the yard.
Oh, we could have a trampoline.
Still no.
Oh no. What about your garden?
We'll plant it together. Just like before.
So it'll be like an old house?
It'll be whatever we want it to be.
Have you ever, in your life, seen tight ends this relaxed? I am so relaxed. They're carefree, calm, serene. You know what these tight ends are so relaxed about? Prostate cancer screenings. They've learned there's a simple, finger-free blood test. Roughly 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I was one of them. I'm here today because I caught it early. Come on, what'd I teach you?
Relax your tight end. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple blood test.
Find out if the PSA blood test is right for you at relaxisabloodtest.com. Let's do this.
Super Bowl 60 on NBC is brought to you by Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL. Let's go places. By Google Gemini. Get Google's AI app for free today. By Universal Orlando Resort, who's changing everything you know about vacations. And by Doppler.
See Jimmy looking comfortable there. This Seattle team is pretty good right now. They've 4 field goals made. The Patriots have 4 first downs. Frustration on that New England defensive side. 12 of it has been a battle for the first 36 minutes of this 60th Super Bowl. Kyle Williams and Dearness Johnson back once again for the Patriots. First half of the Super Bowl, 14, nobody won one. That's trying to change that. Was the one who put that hit on him at the 32-yard line. for good defense deserves a name. The dark side is the new one in Seattle. If you will, a descendant of the Legion of Boom, Seattle rode that crew to Super Bowl appearances. They allowed the fewest points in the league 4 years running. This is the first Seattle D to move the needle like they did. Fewest points allowed this season in the NFL. The dark side defense. Seahawks. Gets back here in Santa Clara. Play the lights out. To the edge as they put the fullback west over in to create some space. They get out to the 40-yard line.
Get out there on the edge a little bit, crack back with your receivers. You just have to give them something they're not used to, because on that one, Seattle did blitz, but they got themselves out of position because of the blitz. You have to begin to intimidate them out of some of those pressure points. Football is won when that line goes that way, and that has been pretty consistently true in this game tonight. I'm sure they're thinking about Travion Henderson, a guy that had 4 50-yard touchdown runs this year, hoping some breakout play happens at some point.
They're desperate for a first down. They try to find it in the air.
That was the first time they had absolute perfect protection, and they just missed the throw. And he just missed it. It was there. That was a big play they've been waiting to have happen.
Great shot there. He knows it.
Be careful with the fake here, too.
Carrier, again with good hang time, they have neutralized the speedy Shaheed as far as tonight. The dark side is showing up with the most folks watching. Their defense making a name for itself, trying to get Seattle a second Super Bowl trophy.
My favorite?
My favorite's the one with that jet black hair.
It's extremely fast.
Movement was cute. She has a 12-octave vocal range.
Can be calm.
Powerful.
Still got a
Cute improvising his foot. Just always finds a way to make it funny.
We both have very fast
moves.
And can change the world.
It's mine.
Jigglypuff is my favorite. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Every single time you met a new Pokemon, it felt like you met a new part of yourself.
Yeah, it's just like that. En valor de su propones y desafíos.
Si me quieres formar de superar los oponentes.
She is the love language. She uses her voice to protect herself.
It's hard. That's why I love it.
My favorite is
Mi favorita será Agony.
Jigglypuff. So, what's your favorite?
As well as
What is this? I think it's just a vibes thing. Vibes. My TikTok too.
If we're not living it, what are we doing here? So?
could be just a word. Has it changed things?
Wicked for Good, rated PG-13 on Peacock, March 20th.
Well, the Super Bowl, truly a global event. Many fan viewing parties around the world. Melbourne, Australia. Down in Rio, in Brazil. You're watching. This Sunday, across the border in Monterrey, Mexico as well. Some of the international games in London. Great following there. They're watching in England, and also the NFL going in Germany this year. A watch party in Cologne as well. Roger Goodell has really pushed that initiative. Record 9 international games to be played next season. Some of the announcements happening earlier this week. Saints will be playing over in France, so a lot to look forward to in the 2026 regular season.
Nice job there by this Patriots defense. You're going to see the pressure inside by Milton Williams, but they put so many people up around the line of scrimmage. You could hear Sam Darnold go, can. So they had a run play on, but they were so stacked in there. They forced him to throw, got the big sack. That was brilliant.
For the gain is limited for Smith and Jigba, who's slow to get up. As he was hit on that play, it's third down. Kaylee Artop.
Guys, just before this drive, Jackson Smith and Jigba had a bandage applied to his right foot on the back of his heel. There was no additional tape put in place to support it. Put his sock and shoe back on, tested it out a bit. He didn't look to be in any pain or discomfort, but what he's struggling with right now appears to be a different issue.
Yeah, looking down at that leg, the trainer over there watching. 3rd and 14. Try to walk inside, get what he obtains to the 20-yard line. The Patriots defense, which has played well in this game, Chris, comes up with 3 out.
Yeah, another concession down there, and a good one, because of the way your defense is playing. But that feels pretty good, right? You get a sack, you're going to get the ball right back to your offense, and maybe it's time to just spread it out and see what we can do on the offensive side. Take some shots down the field, but more than anything, get the ball out of your quarterback's hands and not get him hit.
Both gunners on the edges are doubled, trying to get a return from Marcus Jones. The punt by Dixon. Jones has space here for 30 in the first 9 minutes. To the outside. 24 is Del Pettis. For hustling down there and forcing the penalty.
I'm so tired of boys. I need a man.
Guarda che luna, guarda che mare, questa notte senza guarda che mare.
Once you pop, the pop don't stop.
This is Milo. Pets are family. But every year, 10 million go missing. And the way we look for them hasn't changed in years. Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
Super Bowl 60 is brought to you by Budweiser. Made in America for 150 years.
Jackson Smith and Jigga heard him with the 10. He's going in to get checked out. Katie just told you he was being looked at before that last drive. Stayed down a bit after a second down catch. New England trying to find something. About 2/3 of the way through what is one of the worst performances ever by an offense in the Super Bowl. Can they change it?
Post-match zone coverages are just becoming a nightmare. They're getting people here and here, and they're just jumping inside. He's trying to go down underneath, and those guys are just taking that away. It has been a nightmarish night tonight for Greg May.
The last second can't get rid of it. People is hot. It's 33-yard line of the catch. So that sack was the 4th of the night, the 19th of this postseason. That's the same number as Cincinnati allowed Joe Burrow to be sacked 4 years ago. Remember, that ended with Aaron Donald breaking the back end of Super Bowl 56 comeback hopes for the Bengals.
But I like what Josh McDaniels did on that one. He is going to more of a spread look now, so they can't get as many people around the line of scrimmage, or at least if they do, Greg May can see it.
3rd and 4 gets the pressure again with Witherspoon. It's picked up. And that is yet another 6 in the last 7 drives, 3 and out.
You can see how rushed Drake May is. This is a relatively easy throw in here. But he's going to jump out of the way. He saw it coming from the other direction, and they just can't complete those passes. He's getting pushed off his mark. The timing has just not been there all night, and when it has been, they've missed.
Aaron Gurley gets to the 8th time. And again, with good hang time. Return frustrated. 46-yard kick. Man, what a chance in the Super Bowl. Brady just wants a first down. I think they took 1 first down since the first quarter. They're down 12.
Touch anything, right? They stop. This is failing all over the park. Joe, I can't get Jurassic Park back in line. This place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
That could have been bad.
Well, this is going to be a lovely weekend. How did you do this? I'll show you.
to the floor again.
That's one big pile of shrimp.
Mr. Hammond, I've decided to happily endorse your car.
A whole new species of Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years.
Nope.
The other day, we had a rich party. Why did they invite us? Well, we're salty. They hate parties. And they raffle. We do have the Ritz crackers, though. It's salty buttery flavor. Let's go for 5 minutes.
Only go if our feet don't have to touch the sand at all.
Hey, Salties, what's the hold-up? It's party time!
The hold-up is... wait.
Not me. Let's go, Scarlett.
Loved by everyone, even the saltiest.
And for the final course, we have the Fiends.
Who will eat the Fiends?
I couldn't possibly stomach the Fiends.
A terrible scene. Who will eat the Fiends?
Grubhub will eat the Fiends.
Grubhub will eat the Fiends?
Grubhub will eat the Fiends.
Yes, that's what I said. No delivery fees, no service fees, no more fees on restaurant orders over 50.
Everybody trying to make was retired.
I called the police 3 years. We made a vow to protect this city.
The Chicago crossover event, March 4th, WBC and Peacock.
Tonight's 4K Scout Pick numbers is brought to you by Bud Light. Second time Ceremonial we played in this stadium. Super Bowl 50 was here. Third time in the Bay Area. Super Bowl 19 played at Stanford Stadium. Beautiful campus, 15 miles from here in Palo Alto. Seahawks leading by 12. Taking over for their own 21. Walker, bottled up. Nowhere to go. Jennings behind the line for a loss of zero. Jackson heading to the tunnel, into the locker room. So we got checked out here in the tent, and he's his speed to get back there.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. It was about a 2.5-minute long exam before the specialist then went over the monitor to review the video of that play that we saw him slow to get up when he had made contact with the ground. And then it was Jackson who chose.
Inside Gonzalez breaks up. Yeah, another pass. This one intended for Cooper Kupp. Set up third and long for Seattle.
It's ironic, isn't it, that probably the best player on the field tonight has been Christian Gonzalez. If not for the plays that he's made in this game, it would have been an absolute blowout at this point. He has saved a couple of defense down the field and is just keeping the Patriots in. We wondered how they were going to hang in with the top receivers. Number 0.
Now without Smith and Jigba, he can shut down Kupp. And let his darn go. Third and dozen. Patriots 3 and 4. Seattle couldn't get anything. And he stopped short of the first down. You see the energy from the New England defense. They know they have to keep their team in the game, if not make a play. Jalen Hawkins on that one. The Seahawks will agree that.
Yeah, and without Jackson Smith and Jigba in the game, if I were New England, I think I would get back to my pressure looks and try and win this thing on the defensive side. Maybe a sack fumble, maybe a tip pass, something to get your team back in the game because it's not coming from the offense.
You know how much I love special teams, right, partner? You're my superstar. Takes it with the game. It's short. Stay away. And you're able to keep it still away from that one. And it's down at the 27-yard line. Mike McDonald's closing in. He's 16 minutes, 55 seconds to become a Super Bowl champ. He was born in Massachusetts, moved to Georgia at the age of 7, played high school ball there, went to the University of Georgia, and he was about football and being around the grad assistant. But then he had a business finance degree as well. He was going to work in finance, but in 2014, that coaching dream alive, he got an internship with the Ravens, and a dozen years later, here he is, the third youngest person to be a head coach in the Super Bowl. He's got a chance to be one of the youngest Super Bowl winners ever if his defense holds on for another 16 and change. Patriots try to change that, get a little run here over a couple of yards with Henderson.
And I think he would be the first defensive play caller head coach to actually win a Super Bowl. And the other part of this, we've never seen a shutout in a Super Bowl. Nick Bonacani, my old buddy, will remind me, but for Garo Ukraine,
of course,
they would have had a shutout in the Super Bowl, but it hasn't happened yet.
And McDonald is the one who is so well thought of throughout the industry. Check the flag. Number shy the first down. The initial indication is a defensive hold. It would give New England their first down of this second half.
During the run, hold it. Defense number 21. 5-yard penalty results in automatic first down.
And it's on Devin Witherspoon.
And I think this is what this game is going to have to come down to. They're going to have to spread it out a little bit on the offensive side and open up the possibility of Drake May running. I mean, really, that's been their success in the postseason, but they've been condensed enough that there aren't enough of those gaps inside for him to really try to take advantage of.
First penalty against Seattle, and 2 against New England. And the ball's down in the air and incomplete. As eventually got there scored, Austin Hooper. The pressure came from DeMarcus Lawrence, long-time running Dallas. Here with a chance to get a ring in Seattle.
Yeah, Will Campbell is just not going to be able to hold up here very long. And Marcus Lawrence is that force multiplier, as they call it. He brought an intensity to this defense that has been contagious. Leonard Williams will admit as much that basically he has just lifted this entire defense to a level that we're seeing out here tonight.
So again from Witherspoon, going the other way is May. Sideline is Henderson. Limited game there, Kaylee.
DeMarcus Lawrence's wife, Sasha, is here tonight, 37 weeks pregnant with their 6th child. She also brought her doctor along. Now, DeMarcus and his teammates have had some deep conversations about what he'll do when his wife goes into labor during this game. His teammates said, it's not guaranteed to make it to the Super Bowl, but you can't have another baby. If she goes into labor, DeMarcus told me he will not be learning. That was Sasha's choice, so he told her, whatever you gotta do, this can't happen today.
She's still here. It's 3rd and 5.
This first ball, and remember, Mike, this is a 4-man rush. One of the reasons that Drake May has had so much trouble finding somebody open down the field is they can't block the guys in a 4-man rush. And if you can't do that, you have almost no chance to win. This is, and I know people are going to say not enough offense, all that kind of stuff. This has been one of the most brilliant performances I have ever seen in the National Football League. This defensive performance is as good as I've seen.
This is the number 2 scoring offense in the league. Competition ain't been we go to the 4th quarter. 60. Seahawks defense having a day.
You are my friend, you are special. You are my friend. You're special to me. You are real, you are like me. Like my friend.
nestled on a quiet, cozy cul-de-sac in the burbs, is your new dream home. Where everyone is watching out for everyone. This classic gem has stories buried around every corner.
I just peed a little.
You know what they say, she's got good bones. Look no further, happiness awaits in the burbs.
We need to get out of here.
What does it take to be recognized as the best? To stand among the top in the nation. For the world-class team of Seattle children, it takes a certain competitive spirit, a desire to change the odds, and never, ever, ever give up. Prize for this relentless pursuit, giving every child the winning chance. Hope, care, cure. Seattle children.
Great heights bring out great things in all of us. Our lungs breathe deeper. Our blood pumps harder. We push ourselves further by going farther. And when we come back down, we all land stronger.
Your dog is bored, trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just 1 day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce, pet-friendly weed deadly.
Live exclusive coverage from the line, only on Kickoff.
So the voting is now open for the Super Bowl 60 MVP. Go to NFL.com/MVP and vote ahead. That's on my head. Seattle's defense is being valuable. Not one individual in the whole group, so interesting conversation ahead as this thing stays where it is.
All with a couple of sacks, one forced fumble, but it is tremendous.
Mike Jericho, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, Kaylee Hartung, Terry McCall, all here in Santa Clara at Super Bowl 60. Seattle looking to have a 12-0 lead. That was a great for Walker, gains only a yard. Again, remember, Jackson Smith and Jimbo are back in the locker room to be evaluated for a concussion. He's being looked at. No touchdowns first 3 quarters. The latest we've gone into a Super Bowl was the one with the Patriots and the Rams Super Bowl 50. Bruce Sony Michelle for a touchdown. And that's 7 minutes left in that one. Scoring TD at 13-3. Patriots win over the Rams.
They may just run it out. As long as they don't turn it over, you're pretty good, right?
25 play pass, Darnold downfield. To break it up.
Take a look at it. They did go play action. And
Is there Victoria Boyer here?
Wilson.
Oh, you won the 3rd quarter! You won the 3rd quarter. That's a $100 gift card. Hey!
Zone, the 16-yard line.
And so this is sort of a kind of thing. You're going to come out, and then you're going to come in here, and then go back out, but you're going to get behind some traffic, and that's exactly what happened to Christian Gonzalez on that one.
Catch number 6 for Cooper Kupp. He had 8. He was the Super Bowl MVP 4 years ago. Towards Vellani's the running back. Big to him. Darnold to the touchdown!
eventually the game had to break.
And one of the second most receptions on this team all season finds the end zone.
This will be your funny daddy.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, whoa, what's that?
Oh, no, that's a plus.
She's not living here. I just flew her right on. And we're buddies for the next one. She's gonna kill us.
Now, Chris, parents like what are you doing?
Million different ways. Maybe I'm tidying up the trash.
The door's jammed. Take a closer look while I pull up a tutorial. There you go.
You're a widow.
Run.
What about this?
Looks like rain. Closing cover. Hold your breath, Chris. Mark just said he was here. Your car's here. I gotta go. Okay. You're so tense. Can I book you a massage? And a cinnamon scrub.
I love a cinnamon scrub.
These or just onion potatoes? They're Lay's potatoes. Like the ones that have made America's favorite chip since 1938. And today we're turning them into Lay's and delivering them to your door. And if it doesn't get there in 72 hours, we'll give you a year's supply.
Can you hear me out there?
Seriously.
Okay.
The potato, the chip, to your door.
Just so everybody knows, after the game, we're going to do the raffle. We're going to do it inside, so if you have an orange raffle ticket, you want to come inside after the game. And we're going to do a raffle inside for the VIP tables, the $100 gift card, all of that.
Series of puzzles somehow on your app right now. We won't need good news. Go Shopify. The powerful from Salesforce will help you decipher the puzzle. Like this thing. Is it a clue? I don't know. The first one to decipher that hidden code will become a millionaire. So enjoy the game.
Super Bowl 60 on NBC is brought to you by Xfinity. Imagine that. By Rays, America's favorite gym since 1938. By the Cadillac Formula One team. And by Ring, find lost dogs with Ring's new feature, Search Party.
Leonard Williams and that Seattle defense shut the Patriots out. The Patriots have not had a snap all game inside the Seattle 43-yard line. It's an idea of how dominant this Seahawks defense has been, as they are 13.5 minutes away from a Super Bowl title. Patriots fans holding on to any hope. Maybe a thought of 28-3, but that was in the third quarter, and there was a long way to go. They're not a long way to go in this one. It's taking touchback. Patriots get the ball crisp at 35.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good night at all for Drake May, and understandably, tough defense, the best in the National Football League, but when they've had those rare opportunities, they simply have been unable to hit those as well. And maybe there was no chance that they were going to win this game, but there were some chances to get a little momentum going at some point on offense, and they never did. We talked about the open. I said Drake May has to be great today. He has not.
35, we begin. Pressure on, 7 yards after as he gets to the sideline. Melissa starts.
Yeah, Mike, Drake May has stayed calm for most of the game on the sideline. You can see he was frustrated after the turnover, and Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel came right over, bent down in front of him for about 2 minutes, talking face-to-face, encouraging him, pumping him up, saying, "You're good, you know that." And then right before Drake just took the field, Vrabel came over with a smile on his face and tapped him on the helmet.
You see a little Johnny there. Stephon Diggs was involved. One of the Seahawks defenders were carrying out. So rocket scientists are running on the field, and they'll get that saying at some point actually the players as well and bring him down, get him out of here. Mike Vrabel's in heated conversation with Eugene Hall. Side judge who was getting involved in a situation that was going on with Stephon Diggs. Eugene Hall's working his 4th Super Bowl. Was trying to jump in and diffuse this. This was out of bounds on the Patriots sideline. And that hit over there that happened has caused Diggs to come back after Josh Gordon. This flags were thrown and the officials got in there quickly. Terry McCullough, should that have been a foul in Seattle with the hit out of bounds?
Absolutely, Mike. He's out of the play. He's clearly out of bounds. He knocks him down.
And a punch there, Terry, as you saw.
Yeah, he absolutely should have been penalized.
Is he going to get thrown out of the game?
No, he can't. He can't, Chris, because they didn't throw a flag at all for it. So New York can't do anything with this at this point.
So despite the punch, he stays in.
That's correct.
Which was open-handed at the back end. You saw the punch being thrown from the opposite side. Meantime, the security on the field here just cleaning up the situation with the incursion by the fan and the one security officer who tackled the rocket scientist, the alien who ran on the field, is being congratulated by the folks as he comes to the sideline and keeping the peace. So in any case, that play was a run by Drake May. It was a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Sean Smith just getting the clocks all set properly. There were no penalties. For the moment, Diggs is on the sideline. Here's for New England. That's 2nd and 4. 5 out in the pattern, they try in the middle.
You want to see how tiny the holes are in the zone tonight for Drake May? Watch this. He takes perfection with that one play downfield.
Team 24, trying to find some tempo, trying to take a shot play.
Tremendous. So 2 completed passes, 2 plays we've seen from the Patriots time after time this year, and finally it shows up.
It's going to go for 1 here. If they were 2 making it 19-8, an 11-point game, a touchdown, 2-point, a field goal would be a match to a tie game. Instead, they try the extra point with Dorvallis, who knocks it in to make it an easy back-to-back touchdown.
This sets me high.
Start time. 28-3 way to their head. Jason Seahawks.
Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. That challenge is one that we're willing to accept and one we intend to win.
Jen Spark, give me the day off. I'm skipping work today. You should too, Stu. Jen Spark, finish your slide deck. Now you're not working from home. Hey, you put on pants. Jen Spark, dial in this spreadsheet.
Done?
Circle back on out of here. Let Jen Spark automate your work and take the day off.
Charlie, here, I'm here.
I'll be right back.
Good, Charlie.
Come, sit. Let's go home.
Charlie, silly dog. I'm on trees for you.
So, where were we?
You crazy dog.
Rebel with your wings.
I was born in this deli. My best friend was that baloney. That is until I met you. Sweet sandwich time. Food makes it taste so good. I'm in friends. Incredibly lonely.
What's your little movie called? I'm a loser? We don't have a title yet.
This is a documentary, so forget the cameras are here.
You don't need to do it in slow-mo, man. We can just do that with the computer.
I'm going as fast as I can, Rusty.
Reggie Dickens, Greenbeard, February 23rd on NBC Kickoff.
The quarterback finally finding a touchdown. Real picks in the game. They lost a fumble. Sacked 5 times. If you look at the numbers of each quarterback, they're around 50% of the Super Sunday. They led the league with 72%. This year, Cardinals was 5th. 67. Yes, it gives a little bit of life. There's a lot of time left, 12:27. Might have been behind Ravens' decision not to go for 2 there and make it an 11 penalty. They keep getting 12. When they win that game, they score 2 more touchdowns.
Shift the pressure back. Now the pressure's on Seattle to not try to keep this momentum going.
Oregon's the quickest running play. And Shaheed will field them to 10. Now you got to cover this speedster. And they did. To the 31-yard line, he goes.
Well, the one reason this team is still in contention here has been the night of Christian Gonzalez. He has had to make some tough one-on-one plays against some of the fastest and some of the best receivers in the National Football League. And he has been up to form all night long, just basically keeping his team in the game.
Numbers for Gonzalez. Made the Pro Bowl, had a pick in the AFC Championship game. Jackson Smith and Jigba out of the locker room, but still on the sidelines. Seahawks drive begins at the 31. And Toronto on the boot.
Jackson Smith and Jigba is back on the sideline, helmet in hand. He can spring them out. After clearing his concussion evaluation, Clint Kubiak went to him and said, "You good?" He gave him the affirmative, and Kubiak said, "Let's go score some more."
So there's Smith and Jigba on that hit. Worked on his leg earlier on. He's out for this next play, which is a first down. They gave Shaheed forward progress, and first down just passed. The 41-yard line. Shot off the edge, brings him down. Loss of a half yard.
Right now, New England is going to shift to basically a 6-man down line. And why are they doing that? Because they want them to throw the football. They simply cannot just allow them to run the ball down the field on them. So they're going to stack that line of scrimmage. If you want to throw, that gives our pass rushers a chance. That gives Gonzalez a chance.
Working in motion, Darnold trying to set the screen. The other man was blown up by that Patriots defense. Incomplete pass, ball bounced. Levi was all over that screen. And it's 3rd and long.
That had a little flash of the Denver game right there, and the two, so they're bringing everybody here. Darnold steps back, and the pump fake is how Denver got in trouble last week. He did throw it for him, though. But you can tell the momentum now is shifting because there's so much pressure on the offense to not turn it over. 0. He's going to have an opportunity deep if you're willing to take it.
And here come the Patriots with pressure. Darnold, 2nd down field.
that was an opportunity to end it right there. And you got one of the fastest players in football, and he's open. Just could not catch up to that one. And now the Patriots with a chance.
Davis's arm away as he was sprinting away. Dixon. That's good. Come on, get away from that. Dixon. In part because Dixon kicks that third catch ball.
I got it, but this is professional football.
The ball comes to where it was first touch. So the Patriots have it at the 4-yard line. 10:40 to go. Late to the left, continues. His own end zone. Oh, he has Hooper open.
It's almost unbelievable. I know you're standing in your own end zone. This is as wide open as you can get. Can you imagine if they hit that one and it breaks him out somewhere around the... He's just wide open. They blow the coverage. There's nobody there. That may be Drake May's best play of the night right there. He saw that blitz coming. He's standing in his own end zone, got it out quickly. Boom, let's go. Now he's starting to read this thing a little bit.
No huddle. They got to the line. He's May looking downfield, looking deep. There's nobody down there. There's no Hollins breaking free. Really love the safety. The deep lockdown.
Well, that one almost got fair caught. That was up for grabs for everybody, but when you get in this situation, I guess you got to go for a few throws, but that one was not what you would suggest there. Too many people around there.
Protected. Hunter Henry, the 10-year veteran tight end, with a pickup of 3, third down, and medium coming up for New England as we dive under 10 minutes.
How close to this first down do you have to get to go for it? I know there's a lot of time left.
Possessions are dwindling. Here comes the quarterback. He's got the first down. And the best scrambling quarterback in the league numerically gets out to the 35-yard line.
So now they're spreading the formation and they're chipping here. But you have a 4-man rush and there are gaps in a 4-man rush. There always has been. And so now by spreading out the defense, you're giving your quarterback a chance to do what he does best.
Sure, again, coming from Witherspoon, pass complete to Kyle Williams, and Chris, all of a sudden, there's a rhythm to the New England offense. We will see a little confidence building.
Well, he's reading the defense now. He's seeing the blitz off the right side. He knows he's hot. He's got to throw it to the other way. These are the couple of best plays that he's had so far in this game.
50 to go. Gonna step up and shoot one downfield. It's intercepted. first 4 years in the Pro Bowl in 2023. Good veteran. The leaders of his Seattle defense. He comes up with a kick here.
It really, go back to the start of this game when there was no offense, and Kenneth Walker gave them something, right? That got this offense, that got this team started.
You see those two longest games on the night.
I mean, that's professional football. I love that.
I mean, slow motion looks paused. Oh, opening there. Here we go. As the first down, 128 rushing yards. Right at 2. Final year of his rookie deal. He came in as a rookie. He was the second in the voting for the Offensive Rookie of the Year after he was drafted in the second round. And these playoffs have given you a glimpse as to how good Kenneth Walker can be in big games.
And he's as casual with his stance as he is with his running style. He just stands straight up back there. It looks like he's not going to do anything too extreme, but he is filled in the gap. When Charbonnet got out, he had to have another guy step in, and he has done it.
Pretty even mix between the two. Take himself out of that one. He's got the 11-yard. That'll bring a third down. The clock is moving fast now. 6:15 left in regulation. Field goal here, it will be a 15-point game. So still a two-possession game. Time is running down fast. One pass. Can't go fast enough to make the balance yet. Darnold slings it left. Smith and Jake goes back in. Raiders can take time out here. With 5:35 to go. Field goal attempt likely coming for the Seahawks to try to preserve some time here. If it is a 15-point game.
I'm just going to say this Clint Kubiak has a lot more nerve than I do. There's no way I'm throwing that out route right there because about the only thing that gets you beat is a pick six. But anyway, this has been a bold game from the beginning, especially on the defensive side. And you just have to give the Seahawks credit. They've been doing this all year. This isn't unusual. I just don't know if everybody in the country sees them on a regular basis.
You're talking about the points scored in a season when you add in the playoffs. Jason Myers with his very busy night of 13 points is passed with Damian Tomlinson. One more game now in the NFL. The regular season adds to that. But still, Myers setting a new mark and trying to add to it. From 26, that's his fifth field goal. He sets a Super Bowl record for the most field goals in a game with 5. It's 15.
Big news, America! The golden outcomes in the pit.
So those with obesity can lose weight and keep it off along with diet and exercise.
Yes, thank you, DJ Khaled. Be honest, if there was a pill that made other healthy things possible, you take it.
If there was a pill that could help me throw in the park, I take it. Going to pivot make me a pro wrestler? I'll take it. Say no for Cali.
If there was a pill that helped me rescue more kittens, I'd take it.
Gracias, long lady.
If there was a pill that made people stop being so judgy about Halloween stuff,
Maybe we don't need a pill for everything, but for managing weight, here's Wegovy, the first and only GLP-1 pill for weight loss.
Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicine for it. Call your prescriber if you experience vision changes or heart racing or breaths. Side effects of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
That's on your card, isn't it? Ask your prescriber about once daily Wegovy pills.
Wow. What's that? I just went to budgeting app for phase 44. Guys, what just built an app?
It's possible. You can make it. In fairness, sir, can you tell me the course?
The plan now.
So you're saying we can all build ups now? Come on, Rich. I gotta make a call. I'll be in my office.
just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator.
Profesor Español, clear out the stadium.
For dogs. For office dogs.
Back here in Santa Clara, 5:35 to go. Seattle leading by 15. Patriots await the ball. Robert Kraft there, Dana on the left, son Jonathan, president of the Kraft Group on the right. Robert Kraft. He's been to every Super Bowl the Patriots played. When they played Super Bowl 20, he was there as a fan. Obviously, he famously tried to start being a season ticket holder, and then through his business success, purchasing the Patriots and turning it into one of the best franchises in all of sports. Try here for Henderson. It goes back to Jordan and some scissors. Near the 40-yard line as he goes down. It's going to be some decent field position. This is the second Super Bowl played here when the Carolina Panthers were here against Denver in Super Bowl 50. Drake May had a seat in his dad in section 108. Melissa asked him about it right before kickoff. Drake said it is cool. And he even talked to us about it before the playoff run began. The full circle opportunity came from Carolina, wearing a Cam Newton jersey. Now he's got a bunch of people wearing his jersey in the stands. It has not been the game he hoped for. Still time here at Friday. The Seattle defense continues up tonight. There are 6.
Like, this is with a four-man rush. You know, you're not going to win unless you can block a four-man rush with your guys.
They slipped it out. Stiff arm to get out of bounds. Now under 5 minutes. That will stop the clock at 4:57.
It's not over. I mean, how many games have we seen here with 5 minutes to go? 2 scores is what we're talking about here. So they just need to hit some more plays. And obviously, four down territory here, they can give you that advantage.
Sideline, get out of bounds when you can. Take what you can. They get a first down here, third down. And May throws. It's complete to tight end Henry to the 44-yard line. And it gets New England into Seattle territory.
I would be at record pace here, trying not let these guys substitute in and out. They did get a substitution in there.
And they bring a pressure as well.
the injury time. You just have to sometimes tip your cap to the other team. They're physically tougher and stronger, and mentally they got the job done against this team.
Sam Darnold's the first USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl. Wilson, the Trojan, fights on to the end zone. An uphill fight all night. Defense back. Dark side defense. Headlines up.
I don't even know if I could pick a side.
Whistle here, a flag thrown as this kickoff is taking place.
We'll redo the free kick.
Still getting ready for play from the officials before you can kick off. By the way, just adding to the Super Bowl history, that extra point by Myers gives him 17 points, 5 field goals, a couple of extra points, and Jason Myers has the most points by a kicker in Super Bowl history. Patriots James White in a 28-3 comeback had 20 points. And Jalen Hurts had 20 for Philadelphia against Kansas City in Super Bowl 57. Play this time. Kyle Williams will take an 8. 35.
This has been one brilliant game by the secondary of the Seahawks. We talked about the pass rush a lot, but across the board, the coverage of Danny Witherspoon, Nick Warrior, and Kobe Bryant, and Julian Love. Think about all the things we've talked about. Rick Wood ended up on the wrong side of the field, gave up 1 touchdown. Josh Jobe has been so physical, intimidating in some ways here tonight. I didn't think it was possible to do what they've done to these receivers from New England.
Then underneath for Aaron Douglas. Good stop and start. Get close. The Seattle defense and saying, wow, really good, really good, really good. I asked you, Legion of Boom, are there any comparisons? It's different schematically.
It is.
But the impact isn't.
No, it's not. But they didn't have all of those 6 defensive backs and blitzes, and these guys are sitting up there with that front 4 and just wreaking havoc. And then the guys on the back end are cashing it in.
Against the Patriots in that 28-3 comeback. He was with the Falcons then. And then a touchdown to make that Super Bowl 14-0. He's with the Patriots this season. Some time with Las Vegas. Of course, Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator. Head coach of the Raiders, head coach of Denver. And now back for a 3rd stint with the Pats. Matt taking off, slide down to the 36-yard line. Nick Warrior was looking, it's a penalty marker down.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Play first down.
So the 7, Derek Bradbury, it's the 3rd on New England.
Yeah, I think Drake Bay said, I wish you'd have started holding a little earlier. I mean, he is just going to get smoked tonight. Not all on that line. It's not all on the quarterback. And it's not all on the wide receivers. But none of them have had a collective night tonight.
Next year. We got it next year. Next year. 2027.
Spotted here.
You're an Eagles fan.
Sideline after a minimal game. Because they're talking about the old Legion of Boom and this new secondary. All rebuilt. 2 of the builds. Drop! fortunate to build one Super Bowl championship team and run, and he's built the second one now.
This time without Pete Tenders here. So they were very close to a third, except for Malcolm Butler making the play on the goal line.
And how impactful is John Schneider? Well, Mike McDonald was making the decision of where he's going to be a head coach when he was being courted a couple of years ago. And the time spent with John Schneider and his wife when he got off the plane is what convinced him to take the offer from Seattle and being in place of the Seahawks head coach. Takes it to 7-yard line, first and goal for the Patriots.
Told me that Stephon Diggs was going to have as little impact on this game as he has against his own defense. I wouldn't believe it.
Timeout McDonald, he came down to Seattle, was trying to get bodies on the field. So he'll earn his second here with 2:32 to go. So there's a phrase around the Seattle team, chasing edges. What does that mean? It's just a little extra thing. In our production meeting with Mike, can you describe yourself to America? Because he's going to be a Super Bowl coach. He's very anonymous to most of the country. And he sat there. And he sat there. And he sat there. He's very selfish, doesn't like talking about himself. But I think we're going to get to know him very well.
Well, what was interesting, too, is that he admitted in the opening session with the team this year that I really have to improve as a public speaker. I felt like I could have been better at you. And that vulnerability played really well.
First and goal from May. It's a good point, Chris, because the coach showing vulnerability right at the start allowed all the corrections or the feedback to be from a much more positive place for these players.
Well, and the other thing they did was they switched out what they were doing on the offensive side, right? It just wasn't matching his vision of this football team. And once they made that change, you could see offense, defense, special teams, it was all one.
It wasn't just Darwin, it was the new coordinator in Kubiak. And I believe it's another coordinator in Kubiak takes this Raiders job. As this is good. Takes it out to shoot. Just scores a touchdown. Looks like May's going to run it in the last second towards Robert Stevenson. Going to look at it, make sure that he caught it before it hit the ground.
And I think May thought that he had made a mistake. He grabbed his helmet as soon as he threw it. There's a touchdown. Watch May. Touchdown.
He goes for 2 this time around.
All right, everybody, I'm going to bring one of your Seahawks fans out here who wants to talk.
That's incomplete. Listen, though. We got these Niners ladies all night. They don't know what they're doing. We're about to win the freaking Super Bowl, all right? Can we fucking turn it up a notch or what? We're just going to sit here and be quiet? Raise it up. Come on. See.
So even though he got
calling in sick for work tomorrow.
the right to go for the football.
You need to see both players get up, walk off after that big hit. Team Porter's no good. 29-13 to score with 2:21 to go. No surprise onside kicks anymore. You have to declare as such. And you can imagine that New England would do that here. Onside kicks, we have not had one in the pool. And the success rate remains down at 10%. 5 of second half. Steal the extra possession. Sean Aikman since. Second half. Steal the extra possession. Sean Aikman since. Well, congrats to to all the folks in this host committee in the San Francisco Bay Area. Levi Stadium hosting its second Super Bowl. 70,823 here in Santa Clara. Great job hosting the event. Third time as was there before the Bay Area. Second in Levi. But you'll see which way Morikawa will go with the onside kick. Has to travel 10 yards. Before the offense can touch it. And Seattle needed a Kodak moment. Got a picture of it. They'll take their last timeout. That means their special teams coach will go to work, and their special teams coach is a familiar name in football. It's a Harbaugh. Jeremy Springer's the New England special teams coach. Jay Harbaugh, 36 years old. He's the second-year special teams coach. He is Jim Harbaugh's son. Jim made it to the game. The whole crew, his entire family in the RV, they came up. Jay's been around his dad from back in his playing days with the Colts. Been on opposite sides of the preseason. They're part of a coaching family, multi-generational. They're definitely Jim and Jay on the opposite side there of Michigan. Of course, John was now the Giants. And Jake the Daniel, two generations of football coaches.
If you ever want to talk a little ball, that's a good spot.
John been here for the pass, twister, and it's cleanly to George Halani. He's able to recover it. And the Seahawks have it. The Patriots 45 with 2:20 to go. This 29-13 game, and that means it's time to get ready for the party. Coach didn't want to think anything about it, was just thinking forward, make sure there were no mistakes, handled it the right way. Nefarious acts are being played behind. Stay in bounds. So Frazier can take his second timeout.
I wonder how many yards he's made tonight after going backwards. He kind of goes out and then he jumps back, and then his speed allows him to get around the edge. He's had some night though. He really has.
For those of you who kept score at home, the Devotion touchdown is credited as an interception return for a touchdown, not a fumble return, which means there is no sack on the play. So the Seattle sack total was back to 7, which cut a Super Bowl record, now back down to 6. So there's the official scores. One timeout left for New England to take. Around the line of everyone, Darnold just keeps it, slides down. Everyone will take its last timeout here with 2:10 remaining.
One or two of them went the wrong way, so mix up there.
Tough night, second year as a quarterback for Drake May, and you come to the Super Bowl and you don't know if you're going to be back. Those guys damn real about that. But Chris, for Sam Darnold, there was a lot of good positive feelings. So many players from around the league coming to the Super Bowl city for appearances, Radio Row, media conversation, and a lot of them said they were pulling for Sam Darnold, symbol of the resiliency that pro athletes go through.
You know, Mike, it reminds me a little bit of Joe Flacco's year. He had that perfect playoff run, remember? And for a guy who led the league in turnovers, for him to be perfect.
That might have been an MVP changing run if Walker got to 170 yards and a touchdown. thought he had his moment. And the Super Bowl touchdown.
I wonder how Dad.
Sienna is their backup center, opportunity, and there is a block from the backfield. As Walker goes forward for a yard. And the 2-minute warning comes at 1:57 to go. Great season for New England, but a better season for Seattle. A couple of minutes from starting a celebration throughout the Great Pacific Northwest.
That's what Katie wants to do.
Can't be long because winning is more fun. Continued for centuries, but its promise of more and more. You got to get more fun. You can get more. Here's the one here that will ride with you. Just you don't want to flex. Consumer. You've got to get more. You can get more.
Rich people live long. All that money doesn't just buy more stuff. It buys more time. The wealth gap is a health gap. The rich have health care that comes to them. Custom formulated peptides, specialists on call, and preventative care before they need it. They get the best of everything. So why don't you? Now you can through Hems and Hers. Diagnostic testing for a complete snapshot of your health. Weight loss treatments that fit your goals. Menopause and testosterone hormones to keep you feeling great. And early cancer detection through a simple blood test. The same science, the same access, no connections required. Now that's rich. Get started today with Hems and Hers.
I'm so fired up right now.
But there is in details. The darling art. The game is on.
Hey, you got luck out. You got luck out. You got that 25 morning.
And we were like, she's like, invite whoever wants to do it. If the cousins are enough, maybe we can stand
Yeah.
and then whoever starts with us.
After the game, please stay tuned with the Walmart post-game featuring the trophy ceremony and the Levi post-game celebration.
It's like there's a video of that.
The Seahawks scores in 22. Michael Dixon will kick it. No Patriots back deep. Full sellout for the block. In a 29-32 game. Eddie Levi drives it out of there. As Schooler was coming in.
Oh my God!
Best punter in the sport, and that was awesome. Game time under 2 seconds. Grade 10 out of 10. The kickoff was under 2 seconds. Beg your pardon.
You have had a night tonight, haven't you?
Did you know special teams? 15 punts for
Nobody happier when it's a great special team tonight.
His long career, a decade in the league, finally getting to the Super Bowl for the very first time. So looking forward to having a big day, a big year.
Yes, it's out. Yeah, I can watch it.
Around the 17-yard line. Patriots team started 1-2. Remember, 4-win team. And we saw them week 5 at Orchard Park beat the then 4-0 Bills. That was a ultimately wild moment. The great man, this team, they have something going. Nice. Fought by Matt Collins for progress of first down. And people doubted the schedule, saying it was one of the weakest for a team to ever win a division. One of the weakest schedules in 25 years. Here comes the pressure one more time from Memphis. He finally picked up as the flag is down.
Offside. Defense goes down. Right up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. We play first down.
They got through the playoff games. They were difficult playoff games and good defenses they played.
Really good.
Too much tonight.
But even better defense out here tonight. I mean, really, it's been consistent. I mean, it really has been. This is a defense that nobody has been able to crack the code on. Maybe the Rams a little.
Down the downfield sling is incomplete. 39 seconds left. May helped up by Mike Vrabel. See that reminded of Vrabel getting to May when he was a year 2 quarterback. Talking leadership.
And Levi needs to bring his hands to the face. Defense number 27. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And he essentially told May, you got to fake it till you make it. You need to be elite as a quarterback. You can't wait to have a 4,000-yard season. And that really developed as time went on this year.
It did. And I can't help but think a little bit on the other side of the ball on Sam Darnold. 15. How many people gave up on him? I mean, nobody's given up on Greg May, right? We all know he's going to be a star in this game. Sam Darnold will come out and do what he's done in this Super Bowl and the entirety of this playoffs. I just can't say enough about it.
Directors for all that doubted, all that wondered, all he gave up on. He's going to be a Super Bowl champion.
There's your newest superstar in the coaching ranks. Right there, everybody seems to want one of those young coaches that can last many, many years as your head coach. Guess what, Seattle?
There is 36-year-old McVay Tomlin in the Super Bowl. They have become the 3rd youngest head coach to win the Super Bowl.
We got